Wife is still recovering from gunshot wound. The husband was so cruel that he threw her out of the hospital. He didn't live in a luxury villa but went to the countryside. 200 miles per hour car on a dirt road. He said he could give birth to triplets this way. The wife was afraid but did not dare to resist. The wound that had just been stitched up opened again. Coincidentally, her hand slipped. The necklace, which was very important to her, fell out of the car. No matter what she did, she couldn't get it. This scene was seen by Mike, although he didn't say much on the surface, but he slowed down the car. He picked up the necklace and put it on his shirt. The two then arrived at the mansion, but the long bumpy ride to the mansion made Mary a little tired. Mike called for a long time but did not respond. He had to unbuckle his seatbelt and carry her into the villa himself to let Mary rest. Mike helped her to take off her shoes, but he didn't expect to wake Mary up. At this moment, both of them were a little embarrassed. Mary was about to get up, but she was stopped. Mike pretended not to care and said you should rest well, and then he turned around and left. Since Mike had instructed his man, there was no need for a maid in the mansion. He had to take care of Mary himself. This sudden change of events, Mary was a bit overwhelmed. Mike was about to give her medication, but the phone suddenly rang. After a moment of hesitation, he came out to answer the phone. The first thing Ruth said was, "Where are you now? Why don't you go home?" But Mike knew exactly what she was up to. I'm afraid she was worried that the reporters would catch her on camera. Will cause unnecessary trouble again. Thinking of this, Mike said coldly, "Don't worry about it. I want to take care of my wife here." Before Ruth could say anything, Mike hung up the phone. But the more Mike did this, the more suspicious Ruth became. She even began to think, what was Mary's purpose in saving Mike's life? But what did she know? Mary did it only to atone for her sins. Although she had been treated, she was still very weak. Mary was about to take her medicine. Mike came back and saw her. He grabbed the glass of water. "I told you not to get up. You need to get some rest now." Then he handed Mary the glass of water. Although Mike didn't care on the surface, but he didn't want Mary to be the one who killed her sister.